If it weren't for my mom to force me to come for debate trainings every Monday, I wouldn't have been interested in debate. I wouldn't even have liked it. It's only because I've been forced into going for it that I've been exposed to the wonders and joys of debate, which is why I'm standing here today. It is only because of these conditions, which is the reason why people actually develop interest, that actually helps to develop these interests and cultivate. Two main points of contention for the House. Firstly, is debate necessary? Yes. Secondly, does our policy work? Yes. But firstly, let me just point out that the first speaker completely dropped our points on creativity and that on quick thinking, and dropped that for just saying that it wasn't important enough. Moving on. So they told us that it's very important for them to have a choice. We completely agree, which is the reason why we allow them at the age of secondary 3 and 4 for them to actually make this choice. Why do we do it then? It's because when they've been exposed to debate for 2 years, we think that they can make it an informed choice, and ultimately because they understand the interests of debate, therefore they continue to pursue it. We liken this to that of art, whereby people in Singapore, if they don't like taking art anymore, then they can just drop the subject. Yes, sir.
Well, we say that you said debate was a complicated, creative art. Therefore, we say it cannot be forced upon students.
Well, sir, we think that to myself, physics is something very complicated, very hard, but I'm still forced to take it. So we don't think that any of your side's arguments that actually constructively told us why debate classes shouldn't be imposed on them. I challenge your next speaker to deal with this. Next, they told us that people start dreading and hating debate, and therefore this dilutes the debate culture. No, we don't think so. Why? Because when you join debate, when you cultivate your interests, it develops this heart of passion for you to actually continue in the debate circuit. Even if you recognize that you do dilute them, that people do develop a hatred for debate, we think that the strong group of people, those passionate about debate, will continue to be lifting the debate culture as a whole. And we think that the more people we attract, because we expose them to debate, the more we can actually have a better debating culture. Next, they told us about prudent learning and how the conditions faced in the debate are not good. But we can just safely tell you that having 1 hour of prep isn't the best sort of conditions, but we think that because we have this 1 hour of prep where we put under much stress and pressure, that's when the best ideas are able to be pushed out. That's when you're forced to the extent of actually trying to develop your quick thinking. This is exactly like how we are placed in an examination situation. Like that of writing an essay, we think that in that short period of time, you have to come up with your storyline and all the conclusion, everything, all that. Next, is our policy workable? So they told us that compulsory is important for choice, and therefore, why not we make it compulsory for secondary 3 and secondary 4? As I've clearly told you, and what that's how the House also advocates is because of the freedom of choice that we respect, which is the reason why we make it compulsory for Sec 1 and Sec 2, and we make it optional for Sec 3 and Sec 4. Next, they told us about this idea of marking down. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we don't think that for debate, when I'm standing up here today, we don't mark speeches, we don't mark many different pieces of material. We think that this all these items that we actually come up with are things that we come up with on the spot. That's what I'm doing right now. Well, thank you, sir. Moving on, they told us that they will be encouraging people to debate. We don't disagree with this. We think that this is something very good, but we think that the group that we're targeting are those who are complicit about debate, those who actually don't really know the wonders of debate, those who don't really oppose debate. That's the type of group of people that we want to target, not just those who are interested. Those who are not interested, fine, they can just drop out when it's optional. But we think that this complicit group of debaters are the ones that we have to strive towards. Moving on to my substantive for the House today, on developing social well-being, where the thesis for this argument is that only debate classes can teach you the necessary social skills required in the workforce. Firstly, on confidence. In subjects that we take in school, there aren't any of these that can help us develop this. No thanks. We don't think a job paper or a worksheet will help someone become more confident of himself. Instead, undergoing style training and being put in front of a large group of students to present your arguments best helps to climatize oneself to be confident. How? Because the many sets of eyes staring at you will put pressure on yourself to speak well, even if your first time speaking isn't exactly great, fluent. The constant practice that such debate classes entails will drill confidence into you. That's why I'm able to speak here today. In comparison to things like oral, we think that debate classes will be the best to improve oratorical skills. Why? Because in debate, you have to learn to nuance certain arguments and statements that will help make points sound much clearer and much logical. Furthermore, during the oral response section, also helps to instill quick thinking, which is necessary to come up with a response that is sharp and sweet. On a subject, English doesn't place an emphasis on. Next, on understanding complex issues. In debate, motions are constantly about controversial topics regarding a wide range of subjects, ranging from military to medical ethics to the motion that we are debating today. As such, it is necessary to read up on issues and to constantly be up to date with current world affairs. If it weren't for debate, if someone came up to me and asked me about Premier, I'll probably ask if it's a kind of fish. At face value, most people would think that we should just invade North Korea. No controversy whatsoever. However, because research has been done into that topic, which is the reason why we're able to come up with a constructive argument to back against that of invading North Korea. We think that debate allows us to look at issues from a macro perspective and look at both sides from a balanced issue. Lastly, teamwork. Debate isn't about the individual. It's a sport where 5 heads are knocked together to discuss issues, and our points are the most relevant and will win them the debate. It's a sport. One is a team where each speaker has to uphold his end of the stick to effectively deal with points consistently as a team. That's why you can't have 3 speakers contradicting each other on the floor, because even if your speech was superb, the knives your team placed in your back would lose the debate. It's about whether or not you can communicate with your teammates efficiently and understand their points. Teamwork is an essential social skill that will carry on with you into the working world. Whether you're a teacher, a clerk, or a lawyer, you have to work with your colleagues as a team to complete the job. The average subject like history won't teach you teamwork, but debate does.